We're shifting gears to something completely different. Are you ready for this?
Monty Python style, right? Now for something completely different.
Well, I don't think you are ready for this because you weren't here for this.
Okay.
But
well, I'm still ready. Let's go.
This is kind of cool, I think.
Right.
Let's see, what day this would have been? Maybe Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ran out of time on Monday and did it Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday. The day before you got back. You almost were here for this.
So close.
But we were talking about fans, and we were discussing Knicks fans because the Knicks actually did something for the first time in 30 years.
Yeah.
And they won a playoff series, and their fans... I mean, their fans are unhinged. They're children. I mean, it's...
when I was in... It's funny you bring that up. So when I was in St. Lucia, it's all... If there's anyone from the States, they're all East Coast. And we were on a little, like, sunset cruise thing, and Super Nick family was there.
Oh, God.
Like a whole family of them.
Oh, God.
And you would have thought that they were... Like, I'll just tell you right now, the Knicks are short bodies. I want you to know there is a family right now, every one of them ready to go. The, like Jalen Brunson jerseys, Nick shorts, just I mean, they were ready to go, and they were going to let everyone know, and they would not shut up. So you mentioned that. I was like, oh my God.
That's New York fan.
Can you please stop talking about the Knicks?
Well, they'll tell you, like, it's the same as the Yankee. Like, how long, if you run into a Yankees fan, how long before they reference the 28 titles?
That's 7 seconds.
Exactly. So Knicks fan, we kind of forgot about New York fan because they haven't really done anything.
No.
So when Boston was winning all their titles, they became the most obnoxious fan base, and it wasn't even close, really.
No.
Philly is just notorious, right? So what we determined, just long story short, Tuesday, was that Boston has the most obnoxious fans. Philly has the angriest / craziest fans.
They did boo Santa Claus and cheered when Michael Irvin broke his neck.
And New York has the most arrogant fans.
I like where we're going with that.
So that's what we determined here on the program.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was all based off of the Sidetalk video that came out after the Knicks won their first round series, and here's what that sounded like.
Joel Embiid comes in these hands, bitch!
We don't need Tuesday! That's Philly Tuesday! Meek Mill! Joe Biden! Yo, Philly, you can feel these nuts! When catch you in Philly, we gon' you up! I'll wipe my ass with that! Smoke some weed! Let's go! Let's go! Joel Embiid, we sending your ass to China, so get ready to pack the fuck. Yo, let's go, Dr. DiVincenzo, the Italian Italian! We are the New York Knicks! Suck on the New York! Go, New York, go, New York, go! If I had a sister, I'd let Jalen Brunson and the entire New York Knicks run a fucking train on her tonight!
Dude.
Holy.
Yes.
It's the first round, guys.
Right. That's New York fan.
First round playoffs.
Dirtbags.
Wow.
100% objectionable.
Yes.
Even the kids are dirtbags. So
kids cursing, by the way, is hilarious, but there's something about like New York kids. It's like kids that grow up in big cities. They're terrifying because like none of them know how to drive, but they all had a coke habit at like 10. They've been riding the subway since like 6. It's just but like none of them can swim. Well, they can't drive a car.
They take their cues from a guy who just said he would let the entire team from the Knicks run a train on his sister. God,
does seem a lot.
So anyway, what we started talking about was what would a Portland Sidetalk video sound like? If they win a huge game.
Sure.
And I contend that I think Portland would be of all the cities and all the fans and all the cities and their different archetypes, I think Portland Sidetalk video would come across, well, it's all in the eye of the beholder, but it would come across the best. I do not think they would be like that. Far from it. I think that they would just be jubilant, but also in times of, like, let's say they lose a huge Game 7, I think they would just be very... aw shucks, what a great season, you know.
Yeah.
They're very rosy.
Sure.
The Blazer fans.
I don't think you would certainly not get anything like that. Nothing like
that. So then I asked the question, what did it sound like in 1977 when the Blazers actually won a title?
Yeah. It's been a while.
And we were hunting around for some audio, and lo and behold, one of our former engineers, who shall remain nameless, but he's a P1, he texted me. He said, hey, dude, I have that stuff on, I mean, I don't know what like beta or something.
He
like
just, I know you're talking
VHS?
about.
Yeah.
He's a collector.
He's
like
got
that.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, "Can you send it to me?" He said, "Yeah, give me a day."
Huh.
So he got it to me yesterday, and we have it. So you are now going to hear actual sound of fans reacting outside of Memorial Coliseum when the news was there with microphones when the Blazers won the title in 1977.
Huh.
Do you think it will sound like that?
No. Well, and remember, it was a different time.
That it was.
You know,
But this is all we have to go on.
It's going to be way better. I'm with you. I think if you're talking major cities, I think we would fare better than most. I really do.
Okay, I have two clips. I'm
All right.
just going to play. This may be redundant, but they're both short, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to play the fan reaction first.
All right.
Russell, it's the greatest in the world. We have done it.
Fantastic! I can't believe it!
Oh, well, it was wonderful. Just marvelous.
Super!
Duper. Great game, yeah.
There was never a doubt.
It was just exciting, but we won. That was the important thing.
What did you think of the Blazer game?
Terrific! It was well worth it.
We drove, what did you think?
It was 7 years to come, and it's well worth it. Today was what we've all waited for.
Dude,
Wow. Can I, if I had to describe that in one word, you know what it would be? What?
yeah, very hot.
What?
Well, but
we lack a certain edge that,
I mean, it might as well have been. It might as well have been from the 20s.
Sure, you hear
Yeah,
it.
sure.
I
I
thought it
win.
sounded about 20 years too old. It sounded like
I
57.
enjoyed that someone threw out a super duper.
I also think that that's not far. I mean, I feel like okay.
We're close.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Go back to the old Knicks in the 70s.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, their news did not sound like that.
No one in New York has ever used the term super duper.
Right. So that's a very Portland reaction. Now you could chalk that up to, well, that was 40 whatever years ago.
Sure.
So it would not be like that today. I think it's kind of
I wonder if
reflective of what fans here think.
I wonder if we could find, because, you know, I know it's not the NBA, but we've won an MLS Cup, and the Thorns have won titles, and they had parades, and I know it's not the same thing, but I wonder if there's audio we can find of like Timber fans out like on their parade. Was Timber fan like losing it and just dog cussing up a storm after the Timbers won? I just don't think it's us. I don't, but I warn you. You got to be careful thinking, because you've been to Vancouver, right? British Columbia,
BC.
Yeah.
Yeah, once.
It's wonderful people, right? And Canada has a great reputation. Yeah. You know what happened the last time they lost the Stanley Cup Finals in a Game 7 in Vancouver?
No.
They burned the city to the ground.
Did they?
Yeah. They rioted.
Why?
Like they full on rioted.
Did they have a lot of transplants there though?
Yeah, but it's still Vancouver. It's like, you don't think of like Vancouver as like they lost and they went outside and burnt the city to the ground. They were not joking around. So,
well, that wouldn't happen here, would it?
I don't know. I wouldn't think it happened in Vancouver either, and yet it did. So be careful.
All right, so here is the full Coin 6, I assume it was 6 at the time, but Coin News report on the Blazers winning the title in 1977.
As the record fans poured out of the Coliseum, Blazer Mania is about the only word that can describe what Portland basketball fans showed all week and what culminated with the most exciting thing that could happen, the NBA championship.
Russell, it's the greatest in the world. We have done it.
Fantastic! I can't believe it!
Oh, well, it was wonderful. Just marvelous.
Super!
Duper. Great game, yeah.
There was never a doubt.
It was just exciting, but we won. That was the important thing.
What did you think of the Blazer game?
Terrific! It was well worth it.
We drove, what did you think?
It was 7 years to come, and it's well worth it. Today was what we've all waited for.
While some fans bolstered their mania with a little celebrating liquid in the parking lot, others cooled themselves in the Coliseum fountain, all chanting what a few years back would have been the impossible dream: we're number one. Dancing in the streets hardly describes what hit downtown Portland as the mania spread. Streets that during the game looked like a graveyard, now alive with the craze that only a national championship can bring.
National championship.
Yes.
Does she know what
That's
sport?
Blazer Mania.
I don't think so.
Tana Lang, Channel 6 News.
So there you go.
Can you please cut to one? We need super duper, and I want the lady that says it's wonderful and marvelous. Like what? Where is that lady from? Like Lake O? She's like that's
Probably.
wonderful, marvelous, marvelous.
Marcus, darling.
Marcus, darling.
Ella Louise was celebrating the championship.
Well, anyway, I wanted to
Wow.
play that for you because he went to the trouble to get that to us, and it is a reflection of what our fans here,
Yeah.
how they
Yeah.
reacted, and
Now-
I just think that is so much different than
Because they
how New
say,
York fan.
I mean, the like you've seen the photos. Like Broadway was packed. Like you could not move. Everyone in the city came out to that thing, and yet, like if you had it in today's Portland, how many homeless people would just show up and have no idea why? They're like, hey, everyone's in the streets. I'm already here. Would that get weird? Like,
Well, you know, just like anything, you probably get your bad actors. you know,
yeah.
but
I mean, we did burn the city to the ground a few years ago. We
Yeah.
tried to.
I mean, you remember that whole Greg Oden
Yeah.
when they drafted Greg Oden? They had
Yeah, they had it. And
8,000 people at
well, they
Pioneer
made, they
Courthouse
made the
Square.
playoffs, and they had one. They had a rally at Pioneer Courthouse Square. So I don't know. I just think the West Coast in general, we don't have as many sharp edges as the East Coast, and we're just let's just say we're better people. We just are.
Yeah.
We're better people than
That's right.
people from New York.
That's
and
really
Philly.
what needs to be said here.
Yes. Well, did you hear the Boston the clip from the Sports Hub on Boston saying that one Buck, do you have that? Yeah. So this is an actual debate that they're having on Boston radio right now.
Oh my God.
They've already won the title, by the way. Like Boston's won.
What year is this?
Right now.
Like today.
This is from today.
Or yesterday.
Oh, you're saying they've already won the title, as in
Oh,
the
yeah,
Celtics.
they
it's
have
a
crowned
foregone
themselves.
conclusion.
They've crowned
Okay.
themselves, but
Okay.
the title doesn't mean anything because it's going to be too easy to win. This is a legitimate conversation
Oh my
from
God.
the Sports Hub, one of the two big sports stations out in Boston. This is the conversation they had today.
Let's just say they go through the whole thing winning like this. Isn't that hollow? Doesn't it feel kind of... look, the championship's a championship. The parade is the parade. But doesn't the value come in withstanding the pushback? It's supposed to be about having to fight for it. That's where the value of a championship comes.
Listen,
I mean, if you just want to win an easy championship, seriously.
what's wrong with winning an easy championship?
Well, then why don't we just have them play in the local youth competition?
It's the NBA.
Okay.
No.
But what's the difference?
Oh my
They've
God.
already
What?
Who was that?
they've already won the title, and
I
it's
hate
too
sports
easy.
radio. God.
I want nothing more than Boston to lose. I hate to say this, but if I had to pick a sports city to go through like a 40-year drought, it would be Boston.
Did you hear what Chuck said last night on
What?
Inside the NBA? He's making he's gone viral
Yeah.
because he said he was ripping on Knicks fans. He's like, well, maybe Buck has that clip too. Maybe one of the other shows played it. I didn't call for him to grab it, but it's out there. Barkley said he hopes Boston kicks the living crap out of the Knicks in the next round. And he said the Knicks are overrated.
Yeah.
And he was really more talking about how their he was
Yeah.
talking about their fans. They're
Yeah.
not an overrated basketball team. They're very good.
Yeah.
Boston is probably going to kick their ass.
Yes.
But especially now with the injuries. But he was saying, I'm so tired of all the Knicks
Yeah.
hype and fans
Yeah.
thinking they're the greatest thing. Dude, I hope Boston absolutely stomps them. And I kind of do too. And that's hard because I don't like
I
Boston
can't.
fan either.
Yes. I hate the Bruins. I hate the Celtics. I can't.
So you're going to root for the Knicks so these
Oh my God.
Knick fans, I mean,
I-
can you
I-
imagine the Knick fans in the finals? Come on, man.
I am going to root for New York because I think the Knicks are going to get I think whoever comes out of the West has a much better chance of beating the Knicks. I can't live with the Knicks winning the title, but Boston, how many effing titles do they need? No more.
Yeah, the Celtics should say that. They should Tatum should come out and be like,
It doesn't.
our city has a lot of championships.
Guys, I think we're good.
We're good.
This one seems so
It's
easy.
too easy.
You know
We're
what?
just gonna
Wonderful. Just marvelous.
That's fantastic.
Super duper.
Jeez Louise.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, bye.